medias,
I
empowering
just
them
finished
to continue to talk bad about him. And he basically reacted. Steven Gardner, the guy with the X hat on here, basically reacted and felt like this was important to get out and react to and add his commentary to Alex Jones telling Donald Trump to stop feeding into these mainstream media networks because you have been successful when it came to going on to podcasters and like the Joe Rogan show, and you were basically doing the very thing when you were campaigning. You weren't running to the mainstream media networks like that. You were running to podcasters, and somebody like Joe Rogan is doing way far better than these mainstream media news networks who are basically struggling for views and barely can retain people because the American people already are losing trust in the mainstream media anyway. So if you keep giving them something to run with, they're going to keep running with it, running with it with headlines to tear you down. You have to be smarter than that. And you have to stop being reactive. And I believe Alex Jones was right. But this is Steven Gardner reacting to Alex Jones. I wanted to speak on this a bit, and then we're going to get back to the BBC thing because I believe this all ties together. So check this out.
Like 1 million views, right? Maybe 2-3 million views. He's like, why aren't you going on X? Why aren't you going on Elon Musk where you got 1 billion views and you set a record? Why aren't you going on Tucker Carlson? Why aren't you going on Alex Jones? Why aren't you going on Steve Bannon? You watch their shows. You literally won because you decided to go on podcasts like Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan gets 15 times as many views as the biggest news channel out there. And then why are you sitting up at night giving energy and attention to Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, Stephen Colbert, others? They literally, like, my YouTube channel gets more views than they get. So stop giving them attention. Quit feeding the beast that then tries to chop it up and humiliate you. Okay, let's keep going because he gets even deeper into this.
That I'm about to do. Mr. President, you have won the information war against the globalist. The left has its back broken worldwide. Populists are being elected everywhere. It's why they've now mysteriously, killed 30 plus AFD members every time they're about to win an election. All they've got left now is killing us or censoring us. So you're riding a wave of populism. You've got great energy, great focus, great clarity, but you do not understand new media, and you don't understand the metrics, that it's not just giving it a run for the money like he did Joe Rogan right before the election, and he goes, wow, these podcasts are really giving the corporate media or, really giving the mainstream media a run for their money. It was a quote like that. No, we're not giving them a run for their money. We're running circles around them. They've done the numbers. An average Joe Rogan podcast has 30 times a CNN show. That's an average one. This show today, this broadcast, will have more viewers than all CNN shows today combined. Their average show has...
he has a point. Look at Benny Johnson, another conservative, very informative political commentary YouTuber. Look at Charlie Kirk, God rest his soul, the biggest impact he had with Turning Point USA and building this company from the ground up and impacting young individuals like myself to really strengthen the united family and pull families together and bring back the broken homes and mom and dad being in both the same household and Christian values. And even if you're not Christian, there's still common sense within it to be stronger together than being divided. And that's why Charlie Kirk was big on making his content based on having conversations, even if we agree to disagree.
Has 84,000 viewers total. 84,000 viewers an hour. I could get off the air today and shoot 5 videos on Rumble, 5 on X, and they'd have conservatively 10 million views tomorrow. And then it gets grabbed and put everywhere else on TikTok and YouTube. I can't even keep track of it. And I'm not number one, Trump. Elon Musk, when he does shows, is number one, dwarfing everything. And just like when you do something original yourself, it takes over everything. So you're number one with power of your own media power. Elon Musk is number 2. And quite frankly, the stuff he does is so big, if he did more media, he'd be bigger than you. I'm just telling you. Just give me the facts. Just reporting to you. And then it's Joe Rogan, Tucker Carlson, Alex Jones, and then from there. Okay? And Rumble's done the numbers, and YouTube's done it, and they've got big. You can pull up mainstream news admitting this even. Okay? I mean, I remember they flipped out back when CNN had a bigger audience. They had all those headlines 6-7 years ago, and it goes, Alex Jones has 12 times the viewers of CNN total. They're like, oh my God, get him off the air. Well, good luck. You got bigger problems now. I'm like a 200-foot tall Godzilla, and they were shooting everything they had at me. And then now, oh, Elon Musk is 5,000 feet tall. Trump's 10,000 feet tall. You are.
He has a point. Trump is the most biggest influential, not only the most transparent president in history, but the most influential. I mean, wasn't Donald Trump even resonating with young voters on TikTok? You know what I'm saying? So he had the idea of innovation, but then he drew back to his old ways within entertaining these mainstream media networks who we know are against you and is trying to spread, like BBC, propaganda and misinformation to prop up the Democratic Party. So you can't sit there and campaign and do it the right way and then fall back into your old ways and then entertain the very thing that's trying to bring you down, which is these mainstream media networks. You got to starve them to death, expose them, but then also you're ruining your reputation because that's what they're trying to do. Okay? Because if you look at the beginning, this is what Alex Jones said. He said this.
Do a critique of Trump right now from a place of love and a place of wanting to beat the globalists because they literally want to put me in prison and destroy the country and destroy your future and cut your sons and daughters' genitals up. So this is life and death, folks. And what Trump's doing to the globalists is night and day compared, to what was happening. I mean, this is a godsend. It could be better, but don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Trump continues to care about corporate media, to get mad because CBS interviewed him and then cut it all up and refused to air large parts of it. He gets mad at late night comics that have almost no views. Now he's moved on to the even later shows that have about 300,000 viewers instead of 1 million. But he's 79, folks, and it's on record what he watches. MSNBC, CNN, Fox News. They have a war room they built for him where they have a bunch of shows up. My show, Steve Bannon's, they tell me there's like 50 shows up for him, and they showed him how to control it. And he comes in and sits, and they try to get him to understand podcasting, and this is what's big. And then remember, he had an interview with Elon Musk. It had 1 billion people tuned into it. Just the show itself, not to mention all the clips that went out. Do you want to do a show with 1 billion people that watch it, or do you want to do one with 1 million and then get upset? But he's 79. He has major blind spots. And so this is for Trump, and I'm going to get it to him. And this is for Barron, who I know already watches. And this is for Don. And this is for everybody.
Okay, this is really important. So he's saying, Trump, you're giving major attention to minor players, and you're giving minor attention to major players. So President Trump goes on, does this incredible interview with 60 Minutes, and then they chop it up the way that they want to chop it up. And he gets really mad at them, and then the video ends up getting like 1 million views, right? Maybe 2-3 million views. He's like, why aren't you going on X? Why aren't you going on Elon Musk where you got 1 billion views and you set a record? Why aren't you going on Tucker Carlson? Why aren't you going on Alex Jones? Why aren't you going on Steve Bannon? You watch their shows. You literally won because you decided to go on podcasts like Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan gets 15 times as many views as the biggest news channel out there. And then why are you sitting up at night giving energy and attention to Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, Stephen Colbert, others? They literally, like, my YouTube channel gets more views than they get.
And I agree. You know what I'm saying? I get it's the game of politics, so you have to be informed on both ends of the thing, good and bad. But entertain the positive, more of the good in individuals that's going in the direction you're going in. But be aware. Don't let the left hand do what the right hand is doing. So continue to do what you're doing, Trump. But rock with the people that's rocking with you and going in the direction that's going in the direction that you're going in, that's not against you, like these individuals you're giving minor attention to that actually rock with you and won't clip up to make you look a certain way for a narrative that they want to control for their own deceitful intentions and hidden agenda. But also, you can see the MSNBCs and all of that, the ABCs, CNNs. So you know what the people are saying on the other side of the room who are against you, and you every thing doesn't have to be a reaction. You never react honestly. You respond accordingly. So you can respond accordingly, Trump, but also you'll get the sentiment from both sides because you're being open-minded, but continue to rock with the people that's rocking with you and the individuals like the mainstream media that keep tearing you down. At least you get the sentiment, and you get the sentiment of the people on that side who is continue to be deceived, and you continue to stir the boat the right direction in what you're doing, because Trump is doing a lot of phenomenal things. But if you keep justifying and keep correcting the individuals who are intentionally tearing you down, it's going to look like you're guilty because you keep giving them so much attention versus the people you rocking with, and that's rocking with you. So you can level the playing, entertain the people that's really rocking with you, but also get the sentiment of other people that's not. And when it's time for you to respond, you respond. You never react, because emotions take Trump's logic at that point. So let MSNB say, oh, Trump is a king, or whatever the case may be. And through your actions, the more you starve them of attention, because the best response is no response to individuals that keep tearing you down. But if you keep rocking with people that's rocking with you, and then the country is going in the right direction, you're feeding them and starving them of lies and headlines to create, because you're not even going over there to that side of the room, but you're still looking over there to get the sentiment of that side of the room, so you can adjust how you're going to be moving accordingly for the best interest of American people. That's all that is. And I felt that was beautiful. I felt Alex Jones had an amazing point. Let me know what you guys think about that.